on behalf of Parents William. Joe did last week.
Well, they just went through them sort of 5 or 10 at a time. If things weren't actually happening, they just mentioned 1 or 10 at a time.
You can do that if you like.
Got a couple of mentions too.
Today's the Viv Hodge as well. You know much about that?
I know. I knew very few.
Do you want to talk about him?
It says, okay, it's got a bit of information.
Do you know him? No.
Well, it says there, today's the Viv Hodge Memorial Shield. Viv played for Grafton and Rebels.
First grade concert,
When do we want to crack on? Just when they run out?
No, you can't start.
Right now, you're okay?
It's on.
It's on then.
Good afternoon and welcome to a fabulous day at Frank McGuren Field here in Grafton. A balmy 27 degrees. It's a preview for springtime, and could this be a preview for the finals? South Grafton Rebels and the Grafton Ghosts. It always has a finals atmosphere. Today I'm joined by a Rebels faithful, Mr. Kevin Blanche, no stranger to the microphone here in Grafton. How are you, Kevin?
Good, mate. Thanks for having us today, Bill. Yeah, very warm out there. The water runners are going to get their work out today.
Yeah. And I guess also the back end of the games, we'll see fitness become a major issue as well. I'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, mate, for sure, mate. I'd just like to give a shout out to both the committees behind both clubs and the trying times at the moment and the effort they've got to go through to get the games on and everything. So a shout out to them.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see a pretty big crowd here today for this local derby, and the officials all doing what they can at the gates and everything to make sure that it's all COVID safe and footy can continue in the regions.
Yeah, mate, I just got a couple of shout outs for people that couldn't make it here today. I want to give a mention to Killer Wayne Kilduff, who's at home with Achilles ankle problem, and he's got his missus doing everything for him at the moment. And Brian Waldron's here, wants to give a shout out to his grandson Hayden Ensby in the first grade side today.
Yeah, I was just talking to Todd Cameron, the captain coach of the Ghosts, during the week about Hayden Ensby, because he's playing in the position that we're used to seeing Todd, and the number 9. He's really taken him under his wing, helping guide him around the paddock, because he's really his rookie year in first grade. It's great to see.
Mate, he's a good little footballer, and Toddy wouldn't put him in that position if he didn't have full faith in him. Righto, we've got the teams coming out here today. You want to read the Grafton side out, Bill?
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm William North here on behalf of Clarence Media, and today for the home team, the Ghosts, number 1, Mitch Lolback, 2, Ollie Scott, 3, Dylan Collett, 4, Jake Martin, 5, Braden Lolback, 6, the captain coach Todd Cameron, 7, Weary Boland, 8, Jared Roberts, 9, Hayden Ensby, 10, Oliver Percy, 11, Cameron Winters, 12, Joel Moss, 13, Justin King, 14, Kieran Stewart, 15, looks like Jay Olsen, and 16, Bailey Sinclair. Do you want to do the Rebels for us, Kev?
Mate, for today, running out for the South Grafton Rebels, in number 1 we've got Alistair Faulkner, number 2 is Matty Dalton, number 3 is Greg Davis, number 4 is Brian Quinlan, number 5 is Kieran Johnson, number 6 is Huey Stanley, number 7 is the captain coach Roy Bell, number 8 is Josh Harris, number 9 is Luke Walker, number 10 is got a replacement from Ryan Binge. We've got young Cooper, Lewis Cooper at number 10 today, and we've got number 11 we've got Luke French, number 12 is Grant Stevens, number 13 is Grant Brown, number 14 is Geordie Gallagher, number 15 is Anthony Skinner, number 16 is Jeff Skeen, and number 17 is Nicky McGrady.
All right, excellent. Obviously a very experienced halves combination for the Rebels, Hughie Stanley and Roy Bell. I guess what do they bring to this side, and how instrumental are they?
They bring Sydney experience, mate, NRL experience. Hugh was at the Roosters and Roy was at South Sydney for a while, so that's plenty of experience there.
And have you had a chance to sort of see the Rebels throughout the year and what's going well for them at the moment?
I've been to all the home games this year and I've seen a couple of games here, so yeah, I've had a good look at both sides. A lot of injuries this year, but I've held both sides up at the moment, and I think a lot of blokes want to go to State of Origin and go fishing sometimes during the year instead of playing footy, but that's to them.
And a massive opportunity here for the Ghosts today. They'll smell blood in the water after Coffs Harbour Comets, the competition leaders, went down 30-12 against Bellingen yesterday. Just one more round to go, and if the Ghosts win today, they'll be an outright first.
Well, a lot of the boys around the bar over there are wondering who won yesterday, so you confirm that. That's a good result. And I'd just like to say today's day is the Viv Hodge Memorial Day, Memorial Shield. Viv played for both South Grafton and the Ghosts, and this game certainly brings out the best of both sides. Just welcome all the Hodge family here today. I see a few around the crowd, and just like to say that I knew Vivy, and what a great bloke and what a great footballer, big hard man he was. Used to work with him in the Abattoirs, and he once had a bottle of Coke and he put a 5-cent piece in it and he left it there for 3 years, and he said, I told you boys, he said, don't drink that Coke, and just ate the 5 cent away in 3 years.
And as we see the Ghosts running out of the field now, and yes, one of Viv's relatives, his granddaughter Amy, is out on the sidelines today taking photos, and later on this afternoon you'll be able to, along with the live stream, check out the articles from today's match and Amy's photos on Clarence Sports Facebook page.
Both sides look keen here today.
And the Rebels themselves are in 4th spot, only 4 points behind Coffs and Grafton, so there's still potentially 3rd place on offer. Maxville are just the one ahead of the Rebels. It's very, very tight ladder this year, and I guess every position's important come finals time with those getting a home ground advantage, that second chance.
I think the Rebels really need to win today, but if they want to look in the top 4 spots, but they risk losing a spot at all if they lose today.
Yeah, there's also plenty of teams breathing down their neck. Bellingen and Woolgoolga also well and truly in contention. Just one win behind the Rebels.
We've got a little comp this year, actually. I'm surprised that the
very close
sides have come up this year.
I mean, the fact that the Ghosts went down to Woolgoolga by a point last week, which took Woolgoolga off the bottom of the ladder. Meanwhile, Bellingen have taken themselves off the bottom by beating top of the table Coffs. So yeah, it's on the day it's anyone's game.
A lot of changes every week. Minute silence now.
Okay.
Both teams just took a knee for racism in sport, and that was a beautiful thing to watch.
It looks like the Ghosts to kick off into a slight northerly breeze today. I don't think the wind will have a great factor in the match, more so the heat. Captain coach Toddy Cameron to have the honours. And right to left on your screen. Looks like Joshy Harris with the first hit up there, number 10.
Yeah, Harris got the ball. He'll play the ball to Luke Walker now. He goes right to the forward there. Solid hit up.
Big hit there from Cam Winters, almost up around the chops. Another heavy tackle.
Joshy Harris with the ball again, just up over the 20-metre line. They go left to Lewis Cooper.
Obviously Lewis Cooper into the side, a late withdrawal. Ryan binged on the sounds of things.
Lewis has been in hospital the last couple of weeks with a liver problem actually, so it's a big effort for him to be on the field today.
misjudged by Braden Lowell back there out in the wing. He's probably lucky he didn't get a finger on that. And it's gone into touch. It looks like it'll probably be a ghost scrum.
He had a good look at that ball.
Mm. And it's Jared Roberts with the first hit up of the afternoon for the Ghosts. Just shy of the 40. Hayden Ensby a dummy half to Cameron. And the other prop, Oliver Percy, well met there. Oh, in heavy contact.
By Lewis Cooper there. And Luke
Sinclair in the starting lineup.
Oh, got a late shot on the kicker, Toddy Cameron.
As Huey Stanley's come in to put the pressure on the kicker there. It's been judged to have been just a fraction late.
I think it was a fraction late too. It's not like the old days, Bill.
And looks like the Ghosts are going to elect to run rather than get the early lead with the 2 points available. Ensby goes left again. Sinclair with another early run. Ensby himself from dummy half.
Back to Percy, Oliver Percy with the ball.
Not really asking too many questions in these early tackles of this set. Now Todd Cameron, can he get through? And the
Ref's called a knock on.
Has called it out to the 20.
Yeah, knock on by Toddy. Then he got over the line, but he dropped the ball in the process. Big run by Stump Stevens there. Johnson out of dummy after the right. He breaks a few. He's made a good 15 metres. Roy Bell from dummy half goes left. Goes to young Quinlan. Under 18s this bloke, Bill.
I saw the name Brian Quinlan in there and I thought, gee, that's a blast from the past, but it's a young fella.
His father played reserve grade actually today.
Yeah, right.
Down the right to Davis.
A half break there, Greg Davis, looking dangerous out on the right.
They go left to Huey Stanley, onto Grant Brown. Luke Walker at dummy half, go right to Stanley. Little grubber kick into the end goal. Fullback lets it go, but it'll be a 22 tap.
Just didn't hold up in the bounce there for Stanley and has gone. Be a 7 tackle set for the Ghosts. Leaving set to come.
Big Roberts with the ball, I think. Taking on some solid on defence by Brown and Walker.
To the right, Weary Boland finds, must be Jake Martin out there on the right.
How do you see the game so far, Bill? Both sides just feeling each other out?
Yeah, it seems. Called it.
There goes Grant Brown bringing his physical side into the game.
But yeah, it just seems both sides fairly, just getting into the physicality of the battle. Obviously the Ghosts have already found themselves close to the line, but
we've got a good attacking position here now.
Certainly, I think we're going to get a pretty even contest throughout this afternoon.
Oh, well, we'd hope so, mate. The whole comp's pretty even at the moment. They go left through Roberts. They switch to the right now through Oliver Percy, dummy.
And Hayden Ensby's gone himself through the middle. Just 10 out now. Midfield. To Weary Boland. Tries to scoot through himself. He's called an obstruction, perhaps.
Yeah, Shepherd. He's rounded behind the Ghost player there. Bell for the eastern sideline. That's a good touch find. That's a good 25 metres he's made there. Oh, the ball will come in. Young Quinlan will take the tap. He'll hit it up himself, makes 10.
Eventually dragged to the ground by Joel Moores.
Roy Bell in the dummy half. Go down to the left to Stubby Stevens. Just up over the halfway line. The Rebels with the ball. Third tackle. Johnson goes from dummy half, makes another 10. That's 2 runs in the set. Got Walker in the dummy half now. What do they got, the Rebels? Go to Lewis Cooper. He punches it up for another 10, straight up the middle. We go switch left to Roy Bell, chip over the top into the corner.
Again, just a little bit too much weight on it in the end. And relief for the Ghosts as Mitch Lolback's able to watch that one over the sideline.
The boys are feeling the heat out there already, Bill.
Yeah, already a couple of hands going on the heads, and yeah, I think they'll be willing the water boys out there shortly.
Surprising. Big tackle from Grant Brown.
Again, yeah, Brown's obviously looking to have an early impact. Rev his boys up.
We're going to interview him at half time too, people.
Yeah, so stick around for that. Oh, there's a player on the ground. But yeah, fantastic that we'll have the opportunity to grab a couple of halftime sideline interviews, and then after into the second half, I think we'll be joined by Joe Fay and also Warwick Brown, who coached Dane Laurie during his time here at Ghosts, and we're seeing wonderful things from Dane this season. Unfortunately, injured the other night against the Warriors, but he's really been a revelation for the Tigers this season. The way that he's been able to combine with Adam Dewey. And really produce a lot of the spark for the Tigers.
Yeah, make a little play. A lot of that. Grant Brown, Warwick Brown's been a great junior league coach around here for years, mate, and brought some good players, especially through the Ghost system here.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be great to catch up with him in the second half.
Well, Grant Brown's on his feet now. Looked like he got a bit of his own treatment back there, Bill.
Yeah, it's certainly he's been involved in the heavy hits and taking the heavy hits. So yeah, he's in amongst it.
He's the first one on the job again. Don't worry.
Another strong hit up there from Cam Winters. He was one of Ghost's best 2 weeks ago against the Seagulls, Maxville Seagulls, which was came down to a last-minute intercept try from the man with the ball in his hand, Todd Cameron. And then last week, a mirror image, they lost in the last play of the game to a field goal to Woolgoolga.
It's been some very close results this year through the competition. Johnson run the ball up. Players are complaining about some rough stuff there, but play on. Matty Dalton takes it from dummy half up the left-hand side of the field.
And the ball's come out. It's play on. And
play on, he's caught it.
Braden Lolback's free out on the right-hand edge.
Quinlan's got him over the sideline.
Well covered by the young 18-year-old.
Great tackle.
So there's a few young fellas and some very experienced heads in the Rebels, but also some really young up-and-comers. We've got, I guess, on Matty Dalton as well, Brian Quinlan.
We've got young Geordie
Gallagher on the
bench. He's going to make his debut for the Rebels today.
Right, excellent.
Yeah. He must be going all right because I think Roy's going to put him at half-back, so...
Yeah, right, eh?
And the reins over to him there. He must be going good, the kid. Right, Lukey Walker with the ball now. Roy Bell in the dummy half. He goes left to Quinlan. He's done plenty of work so far, Quinlan. Walker's in the dummy half. They move right. Back to Roy Bell. He's gone for the 40-20, but he kicked it straight down the middle of the field. There's no sideline there.
And Mitchell Old back with to truck it back for the Ghosts, and it's a good chase from the Rebels. He's caught just about 22 metres out from the try line.
Yeah, it's tackled by Luke French. He's the brother of Bevan French, who used to play for Parramatta.
For Parramatta. Yep. Dylan Collett now. Lowell back with a second run of the set. Some good metres there from the outside backs. they'll no doubt be called upon to do a lot of work today. I think we'll see some real tired forwards out there later.
Yeah, I think we'll see the interchange work to the full maximum today.
And when he hasn't got that one away as he might have liked, I think Todd Cameron.
Johnson's caught it inside the sideline. They're going to pick him up and carry him over the sideline. They're going to try, but no. That's Faulkner out of dummy half. Rebels crying for a penalty. Back to Quinlan again. Gee, he does some hit-ups.
Oh, well met there, Jolly Moss. He's back into the side this week after a couple of weeks on the sidelines with concussion. And already just a bit more starch in defence there on that right edge.
Oh, to go right to Bell. He's inside to Cooper. Cooper straight up the middle. He's made a good 10. It's the last tackle. Walker out to Bell. Bell, what's he do with it? Goes to Huey Stanley. Goes to cut out ball to Greg Davis. Davis to the winger, Matty Dalton, with a chip over the top. And the wingers recovered it for a Ghost.
Dylan Collett there to save the day.
It was enterprising by the Rebels.
Yeah, they're moving out to the left there. As well, yeah, good build up there from the Rebels, and really the first major questions they've asked of the Ghost defence are down their own end this afternoon.
But the Ghosts come up with the answer as usual.
There's still 11 minutes into the clash. It's 0-0 here at Frank McGuren Field in Grafton.
Big tackle by Walker and Brown then.
There's Jake Martin there getting the ball up to the 40 on the 5th, and it's Hayden Ensby looking for the touch line, and he's going to find it just outside the 20.
A smart play out of dummy half. Give his forwards a rest now. Get them down the opposition 20. Give them boys a rest and keep them there.
Yeah, no one's in a real hurry to get into position here.
Would you be? Yeah.
Again, Quinlan coming up, and again solidly met by Joel Moss. He's had an impressive start today defensively.
Johnson out of dummy half, down the sideline. Makes a good 7 metres. Roy Bell in the dummy half. He goes right. Got Faulkner, the fullback, taking a hit up.
So do you think if we see Jordan Gallagher come into the halves that Roy might put himself into the hooker position, or where do you think he might go?
I think Roy might just push himself to 5'8". I can't really say, but I wouldn't mind seeing Huey go to a lock position.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And that's Huey Stanley there with the high ball.
Huge
Mitchell well back under pressure. He's taking it comfortably. And he's got some space here.
It's one bloke you don't want to let run, Bill.
And yeah, we've certainly seen over the years plenty of times when Mitchell Olback with a half an inch of space, and he can score from anywhere on the field.
Well, I think he's the record holder for the most tries in a year, isn't he?
Yes, it could be. I think he might have beaten the record from Anthony Don at some point.
He's in Group 2, I think, anyway.
Although this man here himself's not far, possibly got some hot records as well. I know in the last grand final 2 years ago, he scored, was it 5 tries in the grand final, or 6 tries against Ghosts?
64-0 they won that one. Making good yards, the Ghosts, but.
So yeah, the Ghosts are the defending premiers, and there was no competition last year, so they've been able to hold on to the mantle for 2 years.
Yes. Good take by Dalton on the wing there. Got Davis in the dummy half.
Oh, and it's been pretty error-free so far this afternoon, but we've seen
the fullbacks let one go.
The ball pop out there, and here's an opportunity for the Ghosts. 28 out from the Rebels line. Tackle one.
Solid defence by Grant Brown.
Cut out ball from Todd Cameron, and Jake Martin's well met there by the winger Kieran Johnson.
And Roy Bell got him up under the legs there.
Oliver Percy trying to muscle his way over.
Spent a few years over in France, Oliver. He must be feeling the heat.
Yeah, he wouldn't be used to this. The contest of the wingers, and this is
knock on by goes.
probably a double knock on there.
Yeah, Oliver won a under-18s grand final here with the Ghost with my son, actually. He's a great kid, Oliver. Mate, they don't want to pack this scrum, Bill.
They probably wouldn't like to know there's still 25 minutes to go in this first half.
We won't let them know that one yet.
Being presented to you today by Clarence Media.
Might read out some sponsors while we've got the scrum, mate.
Absolutely, mate.
We've got Wicks Tyre Power, Trade Link, Adam Howe Builder, Abbey Motoring, Sunrise on Turf Street, Diane Tupperware and Colourworks.
And this itself is a best of three, the deciding clash between Rebels and Ghosts. There's never
one each at the moment.
They're always regardless of where the teams are on the ladder, both sides always get up for this one.
Oh yeah, mate. Full on these days, even in the crowd. Yeah, another mistake by the Rebels then. I think it was young French, Luke French. Might have been a forward pass, actually.
Yeah, so Ghosts again now starting to build some pressure down here. Still 0-0.
We've been down here the last 5 minutes. That's where they want to be. And here comes young Geordie Gallagher onto the field.
Young Jordan Gallagher about to make his debut in first grade for the South Grafton Rebels in the number 14 jersey and the headgear.
Must be a special moment for him and his parents.
He's actually got number 9 on his back.
Yep. Special moment for him and his parents. The big Rebels people they are.
Yeah, they've always been heavily involved in the junior Rebels.
Yep. Yep. They virtually do a lot of it by themselves.
Aaron and Rod.
Aaron and Rod, yep. Yes. Rod was a good footballer in his day too. We've got a scrum on the 10-metre line. I think it's a Rebels feed. We go down the blind side. Under Quinlan. He's done some work early, Quinlan. Johnson in the dummy up. He'll take a run himself.
Yeah, most of the play from the Rebels has been down the left-hand side, which has seen Quinlan get his hands on the ball a lot this afternoon.
Walker from dummy up to
Huey Stanley.
He's mate busted the gap.
Well, you talk about him potentially playing a lock. That's very...
Sort of a lock's run, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Hard and direct.
Just trying to figure out where Roy's fitted in at the moment. That's a great kick into the corner, but
kick.
Pressure on.
And Mitch Lolback keeps field ball in play. Dylan Collett now. He's found some space. It's up to the fullback and he's found Joel Moss in support. It's being run down now by
Davis is French.
Luke French. Is he going to get there? The Ghosts have opened the scoring this afternoon. In the 19th minute, Joel Moss. In his return game, I think he'll be ready for a spell, I reckon.
It's been a long time for you in 60 metres, I bet you. Against the run of play too there, Bill.
Great try to Grafton Gates number 12, Joel Moss. Opens the scoring in the game, leading the Grafton Gates 4.
And we just see heading on the field now, number 9, Jordan Gallagher, in making his first grade debut for the Rebels. So congratulations to the young man.
Yeah, good on you, Geordie.
He's been a very talented young sportsman as a junior. And last year as well in the cricket, one of his teammates, Josh Harris, in the second row, or the front row for the Rebels. I had the pleasure of playing in a second grade premiership with Joshy, but Jordan we played a few games against him for Souths, but he was very quickly up into Premier League and did, in his first season of Premier League cricket in the region. I think, footy might be his go-to sport, but he's also a very talented cricketer, left-arm bowler, and very talented in the sea as well as a surf lifesaver.
Well, that's good to see. We should have a game of cricket between the Rebels and Ghosts one day.
Oh, you might be onto something there, Blanchy.
Young Matty Dalton's a speedster.
Yeah, you've got Matty Dalton on the wing as well, the fast bowler from South Services as well, one of Jordan Gallagher's teammates.
He can bowl, that boy.
I think, by the looks of that, then the Rebels might have the wood over the Ghosts in a local cricket match. Just trying to think of Braden Lolback. I know that he can swing a bat.
Yeah, can't see many cricketers out there for him. Missed conversion there, so scores 4-0.
And Mitchie Lolback's also one of those guys that seems to be pretty good at everything he touches. He's a talented hockey player as well.
Good electrician too, they reckon.
A good electrician?
I don't know about that.
Highly recommended.
Takes long lunch breaks, I reckon.
As the Ghosts walk it back to halfway. It's 27 degrees here at Frank McGuren Field and feeling every bit of it.
They're not looking in a rush.
Beautiful day for the spectators. The players wouldn't be used to this heat. We've had some pretty chilly weekends here in the Northern Rivers in the recent months. And it's a welcome change. Bit of springtime in the air.
Yes, this will be a lot different to training on Thursday night, I suspect.
Yeah, there'll be some cold nights down here at McGuren and down in McKittrick Park for the Rebels. Oh, Brown's got to be careful there not to go on with the tackle. He's certainly fired up this afternoon.
He's giving his warning.
He knows it's a local derby today, there's no doubt about that. And Jake Martin now the leading try scorer this season for the Ghosts. And he's put it on to Braden Lolback, who
Great
is
tackle by Quinlan.
very well met.
Young Brian Quinlan got up underneath and then pushed him backwards.
Yeah, been impressed with young Quinlan this afternoon. It's the first time I've seen him in action.
Not only his ability, but his work rate so far.
Certainly work above his weight as well.
Oh yeah, he's not a big lad. There's Dalton out from dummy half.
He's starting to look a little bit bunched now, the Rebels.
Faulkner on the Huey. Stanley takes a hit up.
There's now Jordan Gallagher looks to be playing at hooker in a dummy half. The young utility for the Rebels on debut.
Plays on to
solid
Cooper.
run
Cooper
there.
down the left-hand side by Lewis Cooper. Out of dummy half. Roy Bell with a cut-out pass to Quinlan down the left-hand side, back inside to Stevens. Stevens is held 15 out from the Ghost line. Last tackle here. Roy Bell
goes to
wide
Stanley.
pass.
He's under pressure.
He threw it back
To
inside.
Grant Brown. Pretty good kick in the circumstances, but in the end, it's gone out in the full.
He always fancies himself as a kicker, Brownie.
It's good to have extra options in that situation, but unfortunately, that was just a bit too heavy. Cameron Winters certainly not afraid to put in 100%, this young man. Oh, and we see Justin King out in the field. He started on the bench. Bailey Sinclair got the starting honours wearing the 16, and now we'll see King on the field. That was his first run of the afternoon. And this is Jay Olsen. Oh, Hayden Ensby sees some space there to make some easy meters. Still going.
He's had a good game so far. He's been involved heavily.
Yeah, he has it in his back also from, he had a week off last week with a shoulder. Oh, Devon Collins knocked that one on. An uncharacteristic error.
Difficult ball to come in.
And they haven't made many errors, the Ghosts. That could almost be the first error of the game.
Probably the
It's been pretty clean.
difference between the two sides so far. Is the
Yeah,
errors.
really, I guess the Rebels made a couple of errors in their own half, which has put them under pressure. And in the end, although it was a try against the run of play, they probably just had to do that little bit more in defence, use up a little bit more of that energy.
All right, we've got Davis with the ball, flipping it up the eastern side of the field. Johnson into dummy half. He goes right to Quinlan again. He's looking for work.
He's certainly, yeah, it's good to see. He's certainly eager and hungry. Seems to have a good attitude on his shoulders, getting very involved with the Rebels this afternoon.
You go right to Faulkner, up the middle. Fourth tackle now. That's 35 out. We go left, Gallagher goes left. Under Anthony Skinner. Come onto the field now for the Rebels. I missed that one. He's taken off Graham Brown for an earned spell there. Bomb in the left-hand corner.
And Mitchell Lolback is safely underneath it.
Yep, caught on the goal line, but
And again, Justin King. Lolback gives it to Collett. And still only 14 out from their own line. Todd Cameron on to Cameron Winters, running wide as the second rower.
big defence by Huey Stanley then.
It seems that Grant Brown's gone for off arrest, and it looks like Huey's taken over the role as the enforcer.
There he goes.
And Todd Cameron does well to get that one away there, and over the head of Kieran Johnson and into touch. That is a 40-20. Brilliant.
40-20. They're game breakers in this sort of weather.
Yeah, that's certainly a morale breaker as well, perhaps, for the Rebels. It's all of a sudden having to defend again.
You can't say the wingers weren't back for it. It was just a massive kick.
Where did he kick that from? It was like even not far outside the 30.
Probably the 35-metre line, I reckon he's kicked it from.
Well, that's the sort of inspirational stuff you want from your captain. And King. And they've made a meal of it. An error on the first tackle. And the Rebels breathe a sigh of relief.
Freelance. So we've got a Rebel scrum feet on the 10-metre line right in front of their own goal line. Even the ball's got tired, it doesn't want to come back on the field. I know. Oh, this might be a head bin or something. Blood bin, I think. Oh, they've caught a drinks break.
Well, it looks like they might have caught a drinks break. The welfare of the players here.
Great idea, actually.
I think everyone would be pretty relieved about this. An opportunity to get some water in, suck in the big ones. It's certainly a warm afternoon here at Frank McGuren Field.
Now, what do you reckon, Bill? Was it the players looking for that or the refs?
So 6-0 here at McGuren, or 4-0 here at McGuren Field. Just the one try to Joel Moss, and Todd Cameron missed a conversion.
So the Rebels have got all four reserves
11
on the
minutes to
field
go to
now.
half time.
Got it into Faulkner. He's out up over the 10-metre line. Roy Bell to dummy half. He goes to Nico McGrady. Jeff Skeen onto the ball now. He's on the field too. Big run by Jeff. Offloads two to Nico McGrady again. Up near the halfway line now, the Rebels. Gallagher in the dummy half. He goes left, right to Anthony Skinner. Skinner still broke out of the first tackle. Takes another three to bring him down. Seems to me the ghosts are laying all over him.
Yeah, you probably
Rebels are crying
You
out
could
for a
hear it
penalty.
in the grandstands here. That feel like Cameron Winters took a bit too long to get up there.
We're going left.
Juggled by Grant
going
Stevens.
left. He's got an opening. Caught behind. He's knocked the ball on in the tackle.
Well, it looked like they were building up to something there. It's a good interchange that the Rebels have got to call on there, and we saw most of those players involved in that passage there. Jeff Skeen getting off the offload, and then Nick McGrady's, but a fantastic player for the Rebels, and Anthony Skinner as well, for a strong run.
Well, they've all won first grade premierships for the Rebels before, so it's a handy bench.
And of course, Geordie Gallagher, the other one on debut. Currently in at the hooker position.
He's done nothing wrong so far since he's been on the field too.
Yep. Another young hooker for the Ghosts, Hayden Ensby, in his rookie first grade season. He's back from a minor shoulder complaint last week, sat out. He went off during the game against Maxwell, but he's back out here this afternoon.
I've got his grandfather down in the grandstand to the right of us, Brian Hall, and he'd be most happy with his performance so far.
Yep.
Looked like a knock on by the Ghosts there, they got away with.
Oh, number 20.
Big tackle by Grant Stevens.
Oh, and I think Hayden Ensby's come up with the error there.
I think he might have been a little bit rattled from the defence then. A couple of big tackles there by the Rebels with their bench players on there now. We've got French coming to the sideline. He's looking for a spell by the look of him.
I'm not sure here what the officials have found.
Oh, calling the Ghost player out.
No, it's a Rebels penalty. Roy Bell looks for touch.
That's a good touch finder.
Oh, it might have gone too narrow, and it's gone over
He's
dead.
kicked it dead in goal. Crucial mistake by the Rebels. I'll have a drop out by the Ghosts.
Dylan Collar, wow. He's got hold of that one. 50 metres on the fly from his 20. Jeff Skeen winds up. And that gets the crowd going. Always does, doesn't it? Here we go, Nick McGrady. It's 4-0 here to the Ghosts. 7 minutes to go to the break.
Got French under the ball up the middle now.
And during the break, Blanchard will be catching up with the Rebels number 13, Grant Brown, who's certainly been involved in all the physical stuff this afternoon before taking a breather a few moments ago.
We're also hoping to get a Ghost player for the halftime interview too. We just left that to Warwick Brown to organise that for us.
And it looks like there might be an error. He's gone into touch, or is a knock on the far side of the ground. Quinlan is the first mistake of the afternoon.
Yeah, Rebels still crying out for a penalty.
Perhaps those claims that he was already held. Dylan Collett now trucks it out to the 22. Braden Lowell back in at dummy half. Makes another 9 metres there. Mitchell Lolback's turn. He's going to offload to King. And up to the 40. Lolback again going right. Grant Stevens involved in a heavy tackle there.
Good Quinlan again.
Joel Moss gets the offload away. Jake Martin into space. Going to the fullback to beat. He's found Lolback on the wing, and Mitchell Lolback is going to run around and score under the post for the Ghosts. 8-0.
Yeah, great pass.
Kick to come.
Great pass by Mosley. Sent him down the sideline.
It was well timed. It's just as he was met by he was just hitting the defence and he was able to get the ball away. Perfectly timed run on the wing as well. Mitchell Lolback able to finish it off.
Looks like he got a little bit of a limp out of it too, Mossy.
Right, the Grafton Ghosts by the number 1 Mitch Rollback. Takes the score on the Grafton Ghosts 8.
Well, he's been involved, hasn't he? Joel Moss in his return game. He's had to score that long length try earlier, which would have taken it out of him, and this time again gets in behind the defence. This time lets Mitchell Lolback do the finishing. Yeah, look, I'll be interested to see how much energy he's still got in the tank in the second half.
Yeah, mate, you can probably say he's been the difference so far. We've got the try and the try assist.
Yep. And a much easier conversion attempt here for Todd Cameron from in front of the sticks. This will put them ahead 10-0. 5 minutes to go to half time. And remembering that if the Ghosts win today, they're outright first. The Coffs Harbour Comets were upstaged yesterday by Bellingen Magpies, 30 points to 12. Meanwhile, the Rebels...
It puts them in a precarious position, it does, Bill. Now they have to probably win their last 2 remaining games to be short of making it.
The Comets?
No, the Rebels.
Oh, the Rebels. Well, it's not over yet, mate, but obviously, yeah, if they don't win today, there's plenty of competition behind them. Bellingen has moved up equal with them. Woolgoolga's still 2 points behind, depending on how their results fare today, but it's very close for those 4th and 5th positions at the moment.
Only saving grace, Rebels have got a washed-out game.
So they desperately won't want to concede again before the break. They wouldn't deserve to be, 3 tries down. It's been a pretty even contest, but they might get another couple of opportunities themselves. And here's King. He's done well since coming on. Hayden Ensby a dummy half. And it's the winger, Ollie Scott, coming in. He hasn't had seen a lot of the ball this afternoon on the left. Hayden Ensby just makes up another 6 or 7 yards. Lolback into dummy half. Off to Toddy Cameron to get the kick away. It's touched.
Deflection off the Rebels there. They want to get on it. Roy Bell's picked it up and thrown it to no one.
Todd Cameron's trying to get
the Rebels are
possession,
come up with
and
it,
in the end,
lucky.
Looks like it might be here. Kyron Johnson on the wing has come up with it, but we've gone back to a Grafton knock-on.
Not a big crowd here today, Bill, I wouldn't think, for a local derby. I think the COVID might have scared a few off, I suppose.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that week in, week out at the moment. There's COVID restrictions at the grounds and, just general, I guess, apprehension in the community about going out to public places. But it is a fantastic day for those that are here this afternoon. There's plenty of blue and white and there's plenty of red and white.
Yeah, if you've got time to come out for the second half, there's no COVID here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and another error there. This time it's Luke French. And the Ghosts have an opportunity here to really put a dent in the psyche of the Rebels before they go into half-time break.
Look a bit beaten at the moment, Rebels.
And French looks like he's struggling to get back into position here.
Yes. You want to get back because they're coming his way.
The ball's coming out to the left where he's still in an offside position. Jay Olsen there. Now Hayden Ensby looks like he's going to try and go. He's giving it to Dylan Collett. And he's come up with the error.
Davis picked the ball up. It's got out over the 20-metre line.
Good desperation there from the wing, Ollie Scott.
Matty Dalton up the middle now.
Yeah, couldn't be far away from the half-time hooter now. Jeff Skeen.
The big fella's charged it up.
He's got another offload.
Again, to Faulkner.
It's certainly, that second phase play gives him that extra roll on. It's the second time we've seen that from Skeen.
Well, they need to try something now. They're 10 points down. They want to get themselves back into the game. They need to try something different. Roy Bell out of dummy half down the sideline. On to Quinlan. Gallagher in the dummy half. Back to Bell. Bell throws a floater to Jeff Skeen. Jeff Skeen chips and chases.
The big prop forward's gone for the chip and chase, but Hayden Ensby was there. Oh,
rough stuff in the tackle,
and that's
there by Faulkner.
considered a bit too much argy-bargy there in the tackle.
I don't know what Jeff was thinking of then. He must have been listening when I was telling Matty Dalton to chip chase earlier today.
He must have thought for a moment that he was a 5'8". Dylan Collett. Mitchell Lowerback now senses a gap in the middle as the Rebels, struggle to get back on side. They really want half-time to be here. Nick McGrady there was never back to 10. And there it is, half-time. The Ghosts 10-0 here at Frank McGuren Field. One try to Joel Moss and the other to Mitchell Lowerback. One conversion, Todd Cameron. The Rebels yet to find the scoreboard. But very even contest here at McGuren Field. The heat's starting to really get to the forwards. And I think in the end, the Rebels will be happy to hear half-time. Looks like a penalty here. And Todd Cameron to shoot for 2. And go into the sheds with a 12-0 lead. Yeah. Well... And Cameron's pushed that out to the right. And the Rebels player is going to throw his arm, but in the end just caught, and that'll be half-time. 10-0 to the Ghosts.
Half-time, ladies and gentlemen, in the first grade class season, Grafton goes 10, Rebels 0 in an entertaining game of football. And
in a moment, we're going to catch up. Blanchie's going to get some of the players for a bit of a half-time interview.
Plenty of food over the canteen, plenty of cold drinks. Please practice social distancing and remember to keep your mask on if you're not consuming food.
Yeah, it looks like Blanchie's going to get Grant Brown, the lock forward for the Rebels, a very experienced campaigner. He's played for the Lower Clarence Magpies before, and here at the South Grafton Rebels, he knows what local derby footy's all about. And we'll head down to you, Kevin, and with Grant Brown.
This one here, can you hear us? Right, we've got Grant Brown here from the Rebels here at half time. Pretty hot out there, mate.
A bit of light entertainment for half time.
Pretty hot out there, buddy, is it?
Yeah, she's warmer than it looks, a nice summer's day on Winter's Eve. A bit more intense than we anticipated.
It was pretty physical out there, mate. You've been involved in a few incidents. How's it going out there?
Oh, she's very physical. Physical and heat, hot. Definitely takes it out of you, but both sides are doing the same.
What do we got to do to get us back in this game, mate?
Control that D. Too quick in around the play the ball, too much pace, and then shut them down on the outside, and we should be rolling through the middle. Thanks, Brent.
All right, there. So there you heard it. It's this heat is certainly a factor out here today. 27 degrees in Grafton. Lovely if you're in the stands. Not so much if you're in the middle of the field. Right now, out in the field, we've got I think it's the under sevens having a game. Rebels and Ghosts. This is where it all starts. This local derby. Look at that, number 4 streaking away. Not sure which way he's supposed to be running, but he's getting away from him. And he's finally been met by a couple of ghosties.
This game too. want me to do Warwick? Warwick Brown, when he's finished this game, he's on the field there.
I don't mind.
You want to do him? Yeah. I'll go have a smoke. I'll push it up with the arm.
Yeah, so okay. So what's happening?
Oh, we'll come up.
Asking if he's related to Greg Brown. Ask Warwick if he's related to Greg Brown.
Oh, well, this is fantastic to see the under sevens out here getting on the Frank McGuren field. There'll be a bigger crowd than they used to. And that guy's just streaked away the length of the field to score. So we've got a long list of sponsors here for the Ghosts. It's the sponsors like these that keep clubs alive in bush footy. So Grafton Ghost sponsors, we got Wykes Tyre Power, Trade Link, Adam Howell Builder, Abbey Motor Inn, Sunrise on Turf Street, Diane Tupperware, Colourworks, Paul Windmill Caravan Repairs, West Lawn Finance, Shane Thompson Tiling, GJR Sheet Metal, Ace Glass and Aluminium, Natsul Concreting, Coppers Wood Products, Pure Safe Pest Control, Daniels Transport, Saracen Theatre, Fantasy Painting and Decorating, G. McMullen Contracting, Clarence Valley Sheds, Riverbank Vet, Enola Tie, Cairnsdale Signs, Skins Depot and at Happy Valley, New South Wales Spray Seal, Doherty Property, Grafton Motor Group, Dennis Green Engineering, the Clarence River Jockey Club, Country Comfort Bathtubs, John Walters Electrical, Tim White and Associates, Kim Want Balustrading, Vines, Inspirations Paint, TNS Trophies, Ace Bobcat and Tipper Hire, Matt Tech Electrical, Big River Pizza, Ush, Blanchard's Brick and Transport, Grafton Locksmith, Brewhouse Group, Grant Baker Tiling, McLennan Earth Moving and Bloomer Transport. And out there and amongst all these young fellas running around is Warwick Brown, a man who's been heavily involved in junior ghost development for many, many years. And he's going to join us up here as we get into the second half and share a bit of insight into his experience with Dane Laurie when he was here at the Grafton Ghosts. Not so long ago, just a few years ago as an under-16. Got plenty of accolades, Group 1 under-16 Player of the Year. Was always touted for big things, young Dane. He's one of the most exciting young players around here. And I remember seeing a few games at McLean High School in the University Shield, and he was always the most influential player in the park. And now we see him with the West Tigers at fullback after last year, getting his apprenticeship with the Penrith Panthers, the mighty Panthers. There wouldn't be too many sides that he wouldn't have been getting a starting spot for. But he turns up at the best club in Sydney and has to find somewhere else, and he's certainly booked in his number one spot at the Tigers there and been one of the real bright sparks of 2021. Hasn't been the best season for the Tigers, but he and Adam Dewey have probably been the real positive story from that club. So we'll get to talk to Warwick about what kind of kid he is and what he was like to have around a few years ago. All right, number 6, young fella here for the Rebels. He's real close to the try line. He's going looking for it. Solid defence from the Ghosts there. These guys could be doing the next generation in another 10, 15 years out there in the main game. But their young number 5 for the Rebels has snuck over. Got the chocolates. Oh, number 7's a straight through. And no chance of stopping that step, and he's away. Makes the field try. And he's got the post-match celebration as well. I don't think they'll donate $5,000 to the Mossy Masu Men of League Foundation for that one, but nevertheless, pretty good to watch.
before the commencement of the second half.
So we've got the Ghosts back out on the field. We haven't seen the Rebels yet. They'll be looking to get as much shade as they possibly can throughout this half-time break. They were really starting to show visible signs of suffering in that heat. The under-7s have finished their clash. Unfortunately, I didn't quite keep score, but both sides scored plenty of tries. The Ghosts got a couple of runaways. There's some skillful attack as well from the Rebels. And good signs to come. The local league here in the Clarence Valley. This is William North for Clarence Media, bringing you the Grafton Ghosts versus South Grafton Rebels local derby clash, round 14 of the 2021 Tui's new Group 2 first grade rugby league season. It's also the Viv Hodge Memorial Shield Day, which is always the home game of the Ghosts against the Rebels each season. And Viv Hodge was one of the greatest coaches ever in the local footy scene in the 70s and 80s. He's won premierships with the Ghosts and with the Rebels, and each year his family is here to present the Viv Hodge Memorial Shield to the winning side. At the moment it's the Ghosts leading 10-0, but there's certainly been plenty of opportunities for the Rebels, and wouldn't count them out yet.
No time off in the second half, other than for deliberate
certainly. I'm just going to have to really dig deep though. It looks like the Ghosts probably just have the wood on them in terms of fitness. The Rebels have got plenty of experience out there. They've got some impressive youngsters. I've been very impressed by Brian Quinlan. He's done as much work as any of the backs, and he's also held his own defensively. He's only a slight man, young 18-year-old son of the great Brian Quinlan, who played reserve grade for the Rebels today, which was a resounding victory for the visitors, for the Red and Whites, 54 points to 20. There's no surprise there. The Rebels are on top of the table in reserve grade, and the Ghosts, who've been heavily hit by injuries this year, particularly in the lower grade, at the bottom of the table. And looks like the other clash today might have been the Ladies League tag, and the Ghosts have won that one 28-6. So Roy Bell to get things underway here. Start the second half. It's gone for a dinky kick to the right, but it's been negotiated by Cam Winters. And I'm about to be joined here by Warwick Brown. Firstly, Warwick, we saw the under-7s, was it, out there at half-time?
Under-7s for the Rebels, under-7s for the Ghosts, yeah. Going at it, the local derby.
And how'd we go? Who won?
Always ends up with a draw and on.
That's a good, fair result. 10-0 here to the Ghosts. How do you see this game panning out? They seem to have a bit more fitness than the Rebels so far.
They do, but I think the conditions are going to play their role a bit later on. It's a bit warm out there.
Yeah.
I'm only running water and I'm struggling. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we talked to Grant Brown at half-time, and he certainly mentioned that it's hotter out there than it feels, and it's taking its toll. Mate, what I'd really like to pick your brains about, you've obviously been around the Ghosts Junior setup for a long time, and not so long ago, Dane Laurie was one of the up-and-comers for the Grafton Ghosts.
Yeah, he was.
And also he spent plenty of time with the Clarence Coast Magpies. We see him this year in first grade for the Tigers. Unfortunately, he got injured the other night, but up until then, he's really been one of the... he's probably in line for Rookie of the Year for that club, and been doing a fantastic job for them. What was he like as a young gun? He's always been touted for big things, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He played 16s for me, and I remember telling him that I need you to play halfback in my 16 side, and you'll probably get signed as a fullback for an NRL club, but bide your time and play halfback for me. And at the time he was playing 18s for Magpies, and he was, it was just an absolute talent. I was coaching reserve grade at the same time. They both made the grand final, and I remember Dane Laurie and the 16s played reserve grade one night, and he absolutely just carved them up. And the guys, they feel a bit better now that he's made NRL, of course. But yeah, I was wondering who he was and where he come from. But he's kicking goals now.
Yeah, and he's a humble young bloke. He's got a good head on his shoulders, both on the field and off the field. He seems, he makes good decisions. And
yeah, he's a great young fella. Yeah, he's and I think he's gone down there and taken a few even older fellas under his wing and showed them what to do and how to be professional about it. So especially if you're from the country, you've got to stick together. So a lot of kids go down and come back, and he's stuck it out.
Yeah, it looks like he's made it work for him. And also, as a fullback, these days in rugby league, that's invariably your best player on the field's a fullback. Some of the 8 of the top 10 players in the comp seem to be fullbacks. So it's he's got plenty of competition there. In terms of who he comes up against each week. Some of the best players in the game. But he seems to hold his own, and even defensively, he's there saving tries and doing it all. Yeah,
he seems to have a bit of an old head on young shoulders, but he backs his talent too, which is awesome. And I think he likes them bigger games against your Tedesco's and players like that. So. Yeah, and he's playing for the best club too, of course.
Oh, right,
it's a great decision.
And these days with the guys, obviously the juniors, all up there and abouts on the ladder, heading towards the finals. A couple of teams leading the way.
Going great, and I coached the young ladies in the league tag, and they're on top of the ladder as well, I think. And
you guys had a 28-6 win today, is that right?
Oh, that was the senior girls, but I actually coached the junior girls as well on Saturday. Yeah, so they're glutton for punishment, I think they call it. So. But they're going great. Yeah, all the juniors are coming through.
And I guess that's important as well, that we see, there's only 4 teams in the under-18 competition, and unfortunately the Ghosts aren't one of those 4. Yeah. Important to see an under-18 side next year.
It'll be awesome, and I think we'll be right. I think there's about 24, 25 players in the 16s at the moment, and they'll hopefully stick around. But we go up against turning 18 and discovering the opposite sex and cars and jobs, and so we've got a lot to contend with. When the 18s, 16s, you seem to be a little bit freer with your time, but as soon as you turn 18, things get a bit tricky. So hopefully we'll get enough troops to put an 18 side in. Hopefully over the river will hold their own too, and because they haven't got a 16s at the moment. Right. So hopefully the Rebels will pick their 18s up as well. And the local derby will be even bigger then. Yeah,
no, it'd be good to see both sides with juniors again for that local derby, and that's where you learn how big these games are.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's great to have that rivalry, and I think the juniors have kind of got it now too. They step up a notch when they play the Rebels across the river. They all go to school together, so they're bragging rights when they go back to school, and we play for the red and white or the blue and white.
Big hit there. Grant Stevens put him on his back. And that's got the crowd going. That's what the Rebels need at the moment, something just to spark them. Chip and chase there from Mitch Lolback, and didn't quite have the desired result, but no harm done there. Jake Martin meets him in defence, and they spotted an error to play the ball. So, all right, well, thanks for joining us, Warwick. Very enjoyable, mate, and
thank you
insightful.
Very much.
And good luck for your girls' league team and the rest of the guys for the rest of the season.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Off the whole time.
Yeah, you got to do the whole game. You got to do the whole game.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and welcome back, Blanchy. I didn't ask Warwick Brown whether he was related to Grant Brown. I didn't think I needed to, mate.
Yeah, I don't think they're related. Right, got the Ghost with the ball again on the attack. Get Rebels come on with a mistake in the first tackle there again.
So we get Kieran Stewart out there now in dummy half, relieving for Hayden Ensby. And King again getting involved. No change to the score yet in this second half. It's still 12-0, but it's again Joel Moss. And he's found a way through and he scored in the right-hand corner. It's Joel Moss day today.
Having a big game, Jolie.
14-0, kick to come.
Got the quick play ball.
The 46th minute. Well, there you go. He's just sniffed half an opportunity and just done it all himself there, Jolie.
Find it hard for
Mossy.
the Rebels to fight their way back in this sort of conditions too, after that.
Yeah, look, 14-0 in this heat. There's a lot to come back from already.
Another great try to Grafton goes by Joel Moss. Takes the score out to Grafton goes 14. Rebels nil with a kick conversion 10%.
Righto, Bill, while we're going to break and having a goal kick, we might read out some sponsors. eh?
Yeah, mate, I did the whole lot at half time actually.
All right, we might leave them then.
So
start
between calling the under sevens and there wasn't much else going on. So, but yeah, mate, feel free.
Yeah, busy while I'm
nothing-
chasing blokes around. Righto.
can't have too many shout outs.
Yeah, no, we're sponsors for the Grafton Ghosts today are White's Tyre Power, Trade Link, Adam Howe Builder, Abbey Motor Inn, Sunshine on Turf Street, Diane Tupperware, Colourworks, Paul Windmill Caravans, Westline Finance, Shane Thompson Tiling, GJR Sheet Metal, Ace Glass and Aluminium, Natsil Concreting, Coppers Wood Products, Pure Safe Pest Control, Daniels Transport, Saracen Theatre, Fantasy Painting and Decorating, G. McCullum Contracting, Clarence Valley Sheds, Riverbank Vet, Anolia Thai, and Cansdell Signs. That's only half of them. Geez, these fellas have got a lot of sponsors.
It's vital. It's vital for the clubs. It's great to see so much support and almost a mix-up there, but Mitchell Holback takes it, hands it off to Cameron Winners to bring it back for the Ghosts. It's great to see. Thanks to Active Line Sports and Clarence Media, there's 31 people watching us live right now on YouTube.
10 of them are my friends, actually. Here we go. Gas going wide with the ball now. He's coming in that tackle a bit shaky.
Anthony Don's watching us this afternoon. Good to see you, Anthony. Hope to see you back in the Titans first team colours soon. But yeah, it's 14-0 to the Ghosts. Toddy Cameron just a moment earlier missing that conversion attempt. And
big tackle on
number
Ghost
15, Jay Olsen. He's been met with plenty of physicality since he's come on today. The Rebels trying to certainly muscle their way into the game with some inspirational hits, and that one's gotten the better of Jay.
That was Anthony Skinner. I think he got him the last tackle too, and he roughed him up in that one too. Can the Rebels hold on to it? We're out to Yui on to Faulkner at the fullback. One back left to Nicky McGrady there. Punches one up, makes 10 metres.
And looks like they force arrow.
It's going to be dangerous.
Huey Stanley hasn't taken too much to Kieran Stewart's celebrations, and he's ended up on the deck, and
We've got Nicky
people
McGrady
sharing
still
and
on the ground.
exchanges here. And I'll see what the referee makes of all of this.
Got a possible head knock to Nicky McGrady, still on the ground. Nicky McGrady feeling his neck area there. He's going to get to his feet, but we've got a ref's called a knock on against the Rebels, I think. No.
He's going to go to the
Change his
penalty.
mind. He's ruled a high tackle after all that. took him 100 people out of the crowd and 2 linesmen to tell him first, but right, the Rebels on the attack, 25 out. Huey Stanley punches one up. He makes it over the 20. Laying all over in the guts. Here's another penalty. Is he going to bin one? Righto. Huey Stanley punches one up, makes it to the goal line. Nearly to be a metre short.
Oh, Jordan Gallagher, beautiful ball inside there, and he looks, is it Grant Brown, but he hasn't quite managed to get the ball down.
Yeah.
That was a nice slick play there from Jordan Gallagher.
We used to call that the Popeye nowadays.
Yeah. Grant Stevens. And it's come out.
Another penalty to Rebels,
oh, but okay, they're going to get it back.
They've got to be looking close
They
to a
do.
sin
They've got to
too.
make something of this. They have to take advantage of this opportunity. Jeff Skeen coming from the back
Charged on that
fence.
ball.
But the Rebels need to find something here. It's 14-0, and
Pass from dummy up, but
they've got it out wide, but
Oh,
again,
really
it's
bad
just
pass
not
from the
going to
Rebels.
hand.
down to Davis, but he's made
And he's
something
done
of
well.
it.
30 out. Could have been.
Back on the 20
He's
metre
managed to
line,
stay in
Rebels.
field with play, but yeah, still in an attacking position now.
On Anthony Skinner now. He punches one in towards the post. Tackled 10 metres out. Gallagher from dummy half to Roy Bell. He's back to Nicky McGrady, charging towards
Good
the
run
line.
from McGrady.
Faulkner from dummy half.
Oh, and it's out the back.
Out
Jeff
the
Skeen
right
looks
side.
like he's knocked it up. And
made
Jake
a
Martin
meal
will
of
clean it up, and a big relief for the Ghosts. That's an opportunity going begging for the Rebels there.
Made a middle of it, Jeff Skeen. He's done his knee at the same time.
And they really need to start to find something if the Rebels are going to stay in this one. Jeff Skeen injured in back play.
Ref should really stop this game. He's down injured, this bloke.
And the trainer's calling to the ref to stop the play. But he's ignoring it. Continuing on here.
Ref's totally
Rebels have
ignoring
only
the
12 in the
ball.
defensive line.
He's had a look at the water boy and he
Oh,
said no.
big hit from Grant Stevens on Jared Roberts, but it's been adjudged high. It's got him just around the chin. And Skeen is being
Got him
helped
in
from the
there.
field.
Got him to the sideline. He's in a bad way. So he's done his.
Lewis Cooper back out there.
They say he's done his medial or something in that one. Not a bad replacement, but Lewis Cooper.
Yeah, well, I guess Skeeny had just probably coming in towards the end of his stint there. He's been out there for a while,
I'd say he's looking for a spell
but
soon.
it's a bit unfortunate it ends with an injury.
And a drop ball.
Dylan Collett. 42 out from the Rebels line. The Ghosts up 14-0. Jared Roberts. Grant Stevens starts to be firing up here. He wants to inspire his Rebels back into this one. I don't want to lie down without asking the question. Rory Boland, mismatch there by Stevens. Moss on to Roberts. Grant Brown with the tackle. Kieran Stewart from dummy half. Oh, he's almost through. In it, acting half, Bailey Sinclair. To Toddy Cameron. Shapes to kick. Gets the pass away. Mitch Lowback. Steps one. Gets it out to Cameron Winters and it's been bobbled.
Good defence.
Josh
by the
King
Rebels
unable
then.
to take control of that one. Justin King and the Rebels come up with it.
The Rebels got off their line then. Caused some good defence. Got Faulkner out of dummy half, made 20. Gallagher into dummy half. He goes right to Lewis Cooper.
3 ghosts there to meet him solidly on
Big
the
defence
20,
by the Ghosts.
on the 30.
We're on to Quinlan again.
Quinlan
He's back
again.
in the action.
Ooh.
He's took
Geez, got some heart this bloke. And he
close
makes
to a high shot,
15
that
there. He
one.
met heavily to continue to go forward. I've been impressed by Quinlan today.
Absolutely, mate. The amount of effort he's put in for a young kid. There we go, left to Bell. Bell to Quinlan again. He's going to take him on himself again.
Yeah, I reckon that last hit probably took it out of him a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. Bell down, dummies goes
Bell.
left, chips over the top, down the left.
Then Heron, just couldn't quite get to it. Just bounced over him. And Mitchell Lolback cleans up the scraps there for the Ghosts. Justin King gets one away. I think that was raked out, but Mitch Lolback doesn't care. He's going splicing them through the middle. Kieran Stewart into dummy half. They've got some momentum here, the Ghosts. Dylan Collett continuing to go through. Market defence is brilliant by Jordan Gallagher. And Jared Roberts has been busy the last few minutes. Cam Winners offloads to Oliver Percy. Grant Stevens cuts him down. Kieran Stewart from dummy half, looking for support. It's not there. Solidly met by McGrady. We're bowling at dummy half. And Jared Roberts again. Got the offload away again. Bowling still going. Goes himself. Hammered. Roy Bell.
Big tackle by the captain there.
And now it's out to Todd Cameron. What can you do in the last tackle here? Go looks for his winger, but it's charged down. Mitchell Lolback. Is the ref going to call 6 to go? Was it played at?
Yeah, he's called
yes, it's
6
6 to go. And he just needs half a sniff. The play nearly came to a standstill there. And then Lolback's put the engine down and gotten
Injury at the play the ball. I think Anthony Skinner's hurt his arm by the look of it. It's another blow for the Rebels here.
Has he popped his shoulder or something?
I think he might be looking at the lower forearm. Might be broken arm.
Broken arm. He certainly looks to be in a considerable pain.
Could be shoulder too. They're moving the shoulder. It might be shoulder.
Well, certainly getting a bit of movement out of him, which is not without too much writhing in agony, so that's good signs. Nothing too serious, hopefully.
Could have just
But
popped
really,
out and went back in.
not sure whether he'll be able to continue or not.
No, he's
Looks
fine.
like he's going to soldier on
He's a tough boy, Anthony.
and goes to play it. 12 out from the try line in front of the sticks. Kieran Stewart
Dropped it a dummy arm.
makes an error off the play of the ball.
They got Kieran Stewart at dummy half actually. The last 10 minutes. He's
Yeah,
not
I think
normal
he-
dummy half player, I don't think.
I think he's been coming on for Hayden Ensby.
Just to
There's
give
a-
him a spell.
Yeah, have a spell. There's that utility role. That's certainly what happened 2 weeks ago, although Ensby on that occasion went off with a shoulder complaint.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that we'll probably see young Hayden come back out shortly.
Scrum into the Rebels. Faulkner went down the right hand side, down the eastern sideline. On to Davis. Davis takes a hit up. Breaks out of a couple of tackles. Gallagher to dummy half. He goes left to Lewis Cooper off Grant Brown. Gallagher to Bell. On to Nikai McGrady.
Here he is,
Here we go,
Quinlan.
Quinlan again. He's made a gap.
Nice angled run there.
He's got some ability, this kid. Don't you worry about that. We go right through Gallagher to Roy Bell. He floats it wide to Huey Stanley.
It's a huge bomb up
Massive
there.
bomb.
Spiralling, and it's been juggled, but held on to by Braden Lolback. His heart would have been in his mouth there.
was me, I would have ran away and let the fullback catch it.
Oh, yeah, not quite sure what he was doing in the middle of the field there. Normally Mitchell Lowellback's safe under those, but he's managed to hold on in the end. So we've got about 19 minutes to go in this blockbuster round 15 clash here at McGuren Field between Ghosts and Rebels. Ghosts up 14-0 and a penalty. And time's starting to run out for the Rebels. They
Penalty against Graham Brown.
need to be the next
Muck
to score if they're
infringement
any chance in this one.
there. I'd say in the last 5 minutes, Bill, without a doubt, or they're gone. Mate, he hadn't made the sideline.
Not going to go out on the full. That's a wasted opportunity. The
Big
winger,
mistake by the
Kieran Johnson brings it back. And an
threw up the
opportunity
three
for the Rebels, fall short of halfway. Let's see what they can do.
They threw up the 3 different kickers in the Ghost, so I don't know what was going on. They chose the wrong one in the end. But Gallagher out of dummy half. On to Lewis Cooper. Cooper, big run up the middle. He's made 10. Gallagher goes right to Bell. Bell back inside to McGrady. Tackled on the 35, outside the Ghost try line. Over to Grant Brown. Brown early in the tackle again, chips and chases.
Lowellback's there, safe again, and no trouble coming out of his own out of the end goal, and then makes another 25 for good measure. Such a valuable player for the Ghosts.
Oh, mate, he's made some yards today for him, bringing it back into the field. It's a big run there too by the Ghosts. Oliver Percy to play it near the halfway line. Back to Kieran Stewart. On to Roberts.
Kieran,
Knock on in the play the
Quinlan
ball,
maybe. Oh dear, the error in the Ghosts were. Well, the Rebels were under pressure on that left-hand side there, and probably a bit relieved of that error. But yeah, Quinlan almost came out second best in that tackle there. Gee, he's put in some effort today.
Mate, for a
He's
young
going to be
kid.
a sore fella tomorrow.
Isn't he? Probably got to go to school, the boy. It's time the Rebels do something, or we can kiss this game goodbye, I think.
Roy
throws
Bell
it
at the
out.
scrum to Stanley.
It's Davis down the right hand side. Gets free, tries to turn it into Dalton. Another
And
high tackle
high
here.
tackle. Good play there. Chris, took
He's
threw
got-
caution to the wind with that ball back inside, but it stuck. And the Rebels really need to take advantage of this territory now, or otherwise it's getting a little bit far out of reach. We've got about 15 minutes to go here.
Rebels with the tap on the 20-metre line. Davis to take the tap. Punches one up from there. He's driven backwards, back to where he played, took the tap. Got Gallagher into dummy half. He'll go left to Brown. Brown takes him on. Gallagher to dummy half again. He goes right to Huey Stanley, on to Luke Walker. Luke Walker takes the line up. Stop, 5 metres out. Throws it left to Stanley. Stanley on to McGrady. McGrady has a run. Gallagher goes right. On to Stanley.
Yeah,
again.
the
He
kick
goes-
out wide. Matty Dalton couldn't quite hang on to it. Tried to get it off to his centre pairing partner there, Greg Davis, but it's come down and Ghosts have it. Got to bring him out from deep inside their territory. Second tackle, and Mitchell Lowellback just manages to stay in the field of play. But the Rebels really, really important here. They box them in, give themselves another shot. Solid tackle
by
there,
Matty
Matt
Dalton.
Dalton.
Coming off the wing to make that one.
Go the blind side. Justin King makes some good metres there. Fourth tackle, they're still not outside their 20. Kieran Stewart, dummy half. 29 out, fifth tackle.
One hurt him too, I think.
Might still be the fourth. Oliver Percy. And now Todd Cameron on the fifth. Takes a look and
Did he play at that?
didn't quite get the connection he wanted.
Just wondering if the Rebels player might have played at that ball then. Yeah, I think he's going to give a go speed. No.
And the Rebels going to get the ball on the halfway.
Let's play the ball by the Rebels. Dylan Collett's taken over the referee and marched them back to the spot.
There we are. 5 from halfway. The Rebels, what can they do?
Faulkner down the eastern side. Gallagher into dummy half. Standing flat, but the Rebels. Here's Quinlan again. Geez, done a workload today.
They do need to do something a bit more than just one out stuff here. The Ghost defence has been very sound all afternoon. They have to use some of their more creative second phase play. I think the Rebels, if they're going to get in behind them here and open their scoring account.
It's going to take something special, I think. Lewis Cooper up to play the ball now. Right goes Gallagher under Luke Walker.
Ooh.
Sees a hole.
Half a shimmy.
And the Stumpy Stevens down the left-hand side now. He offloads to Roy Bell again. Fell to Quinlan, but
He's well met in defence there by Braden Lolback. Didn't have time to get the offload away. The ball's up from Roy Bell, chasing through Matty Dalton, and the centre's got it. Greg Davis. The Rebels are in. Pinpoint kick there from Roy Bell, using
great
his
kick
experience.
right on the try line, mate, and great catch by Matty Dalton. He's done a lot of work today and he deserves that try.
Now, I think it was Greg Davis in the end. They both went up for it.
There was Matty.
We'll see the replay.
Try to the number 3, Greg Davis for the Rebels. Staples there.
Right, Billy might be wrong.
Rebels 4, the conversion 10 to 10.
I think it was Matty Dalton. But
I think I did just hear the ground announcer mention Greg Davis. They were both there. They were both in the right position.
I went and shook Matty's head.
Yeah. But in any case, the Rebels
just what the Rebels needed.
They needed that. They certainly did. And this kick would make it an 8-point ball game if Grant Brown can slot it over.
He's a pretty accomplished goal kicker, actually, Grant Brown.
So 11 minutes to go here. Still time. They're
Well, that'll give the Rebels a sniff. Give them something to fight for now.
Yep.
Looking pretty shaky on the bench down there, the Rebels, but looking short on for subs.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's too many of them there ready to go on.
Scanny's got the ice bag on his knee. He's not doing anything.
Joshy Harris is getting some attention as well by the looks of things. And he's missed the kick. And it's 14 points to 4. 11 minutes to go here at McGuren Field.
Conversion attempt is unsuccessful. Leaves the score. Grafton
Hard to kick on a hot day like this. Ball gets all sweaty on you.
So the Ghosts, if they hang on, they move to the top of the table for the first time this season. It's a young side for them. It's quite different from the side that won 2 years ago. So few expected them to be right at the top this season. But Toddy Cameron's done a fantastic job with his side this year. And the Rebels.
Yeah, good job, Toddy. He's a great bloke too, Toddy Cameron. Rebel Junior, I might add.
Right. And he's obviously been with the Ghosts for many years now, and his first crack at captain coach.
Yeah, doing a
seems
good
to
job
have taken to it well. Now the Rebels, if they don't get the win tonight, this afternoon, they're in a real scrap to make the finals with Bellingen and Woolgoolga. Two spots for those three sides. So,
Captain coach has dropped the ball there. That's a crucial mistake for the Rebels.
Bad time for that one, especially from the captain coach. The Rebels just starting to get their tails up again after their last try, and that's the last thing they needed was to be camped back down in their own end, defending once again.
Yeah, that could be the straw that broke the camel's back, that one. Slowly to the scrum, the Rebels. How many we've got watching now, Bill?
Sorry, mate.
How many we've got watching now?
Oh, mate, it was up to about 53 just a moment ago. It's good to see.
Here we go. Mitch Lolbeck's found a hole.
He's
Caught
collared
by
down.
Davis and Matty Dalton then. Back onto the second rower here. Oh no, young Geordie Gallagher's come out of that with it, holding his shoulder. We don't want to see that. Good young footballer.
Yeah, Gallagher's come out in the left wing.
Dylan Collett has charged
Collett
over in the
scores
corner.
on the opposite side of the field. 18 points to 4. Kick to come.
Yeah, it's a good movement out the back line there, and Dylan Collett was charging on the ball down the left-hand side, and there was no stopping him. That'll be a win to the Ghosts here today. There'll be no coming back from that.
And that's sad to see that Jordan on debut looks to have hurt his shoulder. Doesn't look like he'll be taking any further part in this afternoon's contest. Yeah, so 52 people on now, so increased a little bit. I put a little shout out on Clarence Sports Facebook page. It might have got us a few more viewers. So g'day to everyone out there who's listening, and hope the side that you're barracking going well today. If you're a Ghost supporter, if you're a Rebels, there's always next week. And they certainly looking like they will be playing finals football this year, so it's not all over for them after today. But 18-4, you'd think there's about 7 minutes to go. It's looks like a long way back from here. This heat, it's not the sort of footy conditions to see back-to-back sets of tries. There's been plenty of tired legs out there this afternoon.
Big effort by the Ghosts, but this will nearly secure them the minor premiership. They go away with this win. Only we need to win one more game in the year.
Yeah, beautiful kick in the sideline, Todd Cameron. He's hasn't nailed them all that well today. He's missed 3, including a penalty opportunity, but he's got that one. 20 points to 4. Yeah, the Ghosts suddenly find themselves in top spot after the Comets got beat yesterday. So a win next week. We'll wrap up the minor premiership and a week off.
Yep. Great game by Toddy Cameron today. Real captain knock too.
In recent weeks, we've seen him in the number 6. It's been unusual if you're a Ghost fan. He's been wearing the 9 for eons now. And certainly leading from the front. He doesn't get onto that one, though, and it'll be a knock-on from the Ghosts, and the Rebels get the ball back.
Can you tell me, why didn't we have a drinks break in the second half, Bill?
I don't know.
The temperature hasn't dropped. I think the Rebels had enough. Walking to the scrum now. They look disheartened now at the moment.
So at the end of the game, Blanchy, you want to go down there and find some blokes to talk to?
I might leave that up to you.
You might
Billy.
leave it to me, mate?
I've got a few kids running around here. I might go find them. Righto, Rebels lead the scrum. Stumpy Stephens runs onto it off Huey Stanley pass there. Made good ground too. Wiki Walker in the dummy half onto Lewis
Cooper.
He looks soft low, but no, goes down with the ball. He might have lost. Oh no, he's held on to it. Down to Roy Bell down the left. On to Faulkner. Faulkner steps inside. Got Walker in the dummy half. He'll go right to Cooper again. Cooper will punch another one up. He breaks free a bit. Walker goes right on to Huey Stanley. Stanley will take him on.
Penalty.
Offside. Go out right for the Rebels. Greg Davison, number Nicky McGrady, I think it is, with the ball. He plays it. Matty Dalton throws a wild pass to Luke Walker.
Dummy there from Graham Brown, goes himself. So it's 18 points to 4 here. The Rebels need to score 3 times. And there's only about 4 minutes to go. It's just about all she wrote here. Last throw of the dice here from Grant Stevens.
Played a bit of basketball with that ball there, Grant Stevens. Got Faulkner in the dummy half. He goes right to Bell. Bell will put the bomb up.
McGuren, oh no, it's Matty Dalton couldn't come down with that one. And
I think it'll be a Rebels ball. I think the Ghosts player might have lost that one.
Penalty to the Ghosts.
Inside the 10, he's ruled Matty Dalton.
Dalton's been judged in front of the kicker.
The captain coach, Roy Bells, looks totally confused. He was up on the advantage line when he kicked the ball. It's a good touch finder by the Ghosts. That's made a good 25.
And is that Cameron Winters coming out there with the first hit up of the set. Onto Oliver Percy. Hayden Ensby back in the dummy half after having a spell. Come back on for Kieran Stewart. Jared Roberts, he's certainly worked very hard the second half in particular. Looks like Justin King lining up for another run. He's also been good. We're going to continue on the right-hand side here. The try scorer, Joel Moss. Good back to ball there. Mitchell Lolback combines well. The winger, Braden Lolback's got himself. And he's made his way over to seal the deal for the Ghosts. 24 points. Sorry, it was 20 points earlier, not 18. And now 24 points to 4. Kick to come. And that's the cherry, the icing on the cake for the Ghosts. And again, Joel Moss involved there, getting that play down the right-hand side. A very nice little back pass there to Mitchell Lolback, who gets it to his winger, and Lolback backs himself and goes into school.
Yeah, I think Joel or Mitch Lolback will be my man of the match for today. Great effort. And if you hurry up out there, Joey, you might be able to get here and present that award. Man of the match, if you're out there, Joey.
Yeah, well, I've sort of been having a bit of a thought myself over here with some 3-2-1s, and I've got the same 2 in mine. I think just the fact that he's been involved in every try, really, Joel Moss, in his return game, gets the 3 for me. Meanwhile, Mitchell Lolback's been safe as houses at the back, and also, yeah, he's made plenty of tackle breaks and coming out of his end.
Well, what's your third one, Bill? I would have went for Hayden Ensby.
Yeah, well, I know the third one would be to a young rebel. I think Brian Quinlan gets a point.
He'll get the players player for mine for sure.
Yeah. That's the young left centre for the Rebels. He's certainly one to watch for the future. He's only a young kid.
Yeah, he's had a great game.
Tackling above his weight, and he went looking for plenty of work today. His teammates would be relieved of that, because a lot of them struggled out there with the fitness, but Quinlan went all day. Toddy Cameron with a fantastic kick from the sideline. 26 points to 4, and that's the end of the game.
Like it. Oh, no, mate, it's been a big day for the Ghosts. A bit unlucky for the Rebels, but they'll get back to training on Tuesday and work on it, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks a lot for that, Blanche. It's been enjoyable, mate.
No worries, mate.
I might head on down there and try and catch someone to get their perspective on that game.
I'll leave that one to you, brother.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Players would like to remain in the shade in front of the scoreboard here. And let them wait and take them on the field. Thank you.
Dad,
Quick beer first, but.
And claim.
on now? It's on now. I just turned it on now. This one?
Let's call it off. Is that it?
How are we? 1, 2. Need headphones.
It's on.
All right.
Oh, you got me?
Okay, yeah. So here, fullback for the Ghosts, mate. Bit hot out there today.
Yeah, it was a stinker. It was shocking. It's supposed to be winner, but not today.
Yeah. So obviously local derby, always a big game, but good to get 26 points to 4 win. Happy with the effort from the boys, particularly probably in defence.
Yeah, 100%. Our last couple of weeks we've been a bit off. Good in patches, but it's good to finally put a full game together, especially in the local derby.
And yourself, mate, you can quite a bit there with Joel Moss out there on the left-hand side, or right-hand side here, including that try right at the end. His first game back in a little while for Mossy. He had a bit of a blinder, actually.
Yeah, Mossy, I think he's 1 or 2 games off 100 for the club, so he's pretty experienced. It's good to get him back on deck, and I think that was pretty close to our full-strength side today, so it was good to finally put it all together heading into finals.
And you probably would have been aware that the comments got done by Bella yesterday. Did you know about that one?
Yeah, I did hear a rumour.
So that top spot now for the Ghosts.
Yeah, so isn't hopefully we can get the 2 points and get a semi-final back here in Grafton.
And how much would it mean to get that week off, first week of the finals? Is it top 5?
Yeah, it's a five-team format, so it'd be unreal to get a week off and freshen the bodies up a little bit. So fingers crossed, but 1 game to go.
Yeah, and blokes like you and Toddy Cameron, you've been around this setup for quite a while now, but there's quite a lot of young fellas in this side. It's a different sort of team to what we've seen win the comp 2 years ago. Must be pretty proud of the efforts of all these young fellas to be in top spot at this stage of the season.
Yeah, 100%. It was heading into the season. It was a big unknown on how if we're even going to field a side together. Reggie's they've struggled through the season. It was good to get a team on the field today for South, but yeah, it still sounds strange to be an old boy, but we are there now. Yeah, it's pretty proud of the young fellas stepping up in games like today.
Yeah.
And special mention, obviously, it was a memorial match today. So
yeah, I'll let you get over there, mate, to lift the Viv Hodge Memorial Shield.
That guy in red. Oh, I've got it here. Oh, it's here. What is it? What's it got?
I phoned with the girl's case. My missus, I know the password. Can we grab another one?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
It has like a green case. I know the password, yeah.
You're right.
Thank you, guys.
Maybe what I'll need to do is after each game, check.
Up top, or just not space up there?
Yep. So, did not quite get there today, but it was a pretty tough game.
Oh, mate, it was very physical. Scoreline did not reflect how hard the game was on the field. Haven't played in heat like that for for about 2 months now as well. So now I think it kind of suited the Ghosties game more than ours, and we didn't adapt to it. So not taking anything away from them. Obviously, they were the better team on the day and done the little things right, and were too good for us.
Yeah, is that something you maybe need to look at now? So, that Heat probably found out your fitness a little bit.
Oh, I don't think it was just fitness. I think we'll have some players come back from injury. One of our best front rower, our most consistent player all year, was out for a few weeks. He had a pretty serious kidney infection. That was his first game back today, and he was pretty gassed. Our other starting front rower, Ryan Binge, he missed today. Had a few niggling injuries, so he needed a rest. Because we've got semis coming up, so we just gave him a rest because he's a very big part of our go forward.
Yeah, and on that, I guess next vitally important because it is pretty close to the bottom of the table.
Yeah, mate. I think can't remember the last time the comp was this close. It's literally anyone can win the game. As you see yesterday, obviously we touched Bello up a little bit last week, and they beat Coffs yesterday, and Coffs are leading the comp with Ghosties. So anyone can win the comp on their day. It's just a matter of who turns up.
Yeah, a couple of bright young fellas on your side were particularly impressed today. Brian Quinlan in the semis.
Yeah, I think little Brian Quinlan, that was his second A-grade game today. He made his debut last week and absolutely killed it. I thought he was pretty solid today. He's playing against some pretty tough opposition. They're very experienced and they're tough and they're big. I thought he held his own really well. I just mentioned Geordie Gallagher as well. Little hooker in the middle. He made his debut today. He's there. And they're both. Geordie's a South Grafton junior, so it was a pretty special day for him and his family. Yeah, I think he just got a burner on his shoulder, so he'll be okay for next week. Mate, definitely. Then there's a number of other young kids that could get a call up any time as well. So they're playing some good footy down there, the young guys. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
No worries. Too easy. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Cheers.
So that's all we've got time for here at McGuren Field, and Grafton Ghosts running out 26-4 winners over South Grafton Rebels in the annual Viv Hodge Memorial Shield Clash. Takes the Ghosts to outright first in the Group 2 ladder on 18 competition points. Rebels, look at the live ladder as it stands. Not knowing the result between Maxville and Woolgoolga today. Ghosts are on 18, Coffs Harbour 16, Maxville 14, South Grafton level with Bellingen on 12 and Woolgoolga on 10. So if Woolgoolga were able to get over the top of Maxville today, that would have 3rd to 6th with just 2 points separating, 1 round to go. So the Ghosts they've cemented a place in the top 2. A win next week, and they've earned a week off as the minor premiers. Not many would have guessed that at the start of the season. The Comets had the uncharacteristic loss to the Bellingen Magpies yesterday, who've been the big improvers in the competition this year. Granted, they do have a lion's share of the Sawtell Panthers players that had to find somewhere else to play this season. And just going through the score sheet, it was Joel Moss who opened the scoring for the Ghosts in the first half. He ran quite a long way for a bloke in his first game back, and it was right in the middle of the heat. It was a hot afternoon here, and then he ended up getting a double. Got our 3 points, best and fairest. Dylan Collett 1 try, Mitchell Lolback a try, and Braden Lolback a try. So there's 5 tries and three conversions from Toddy Cameron. He missed 2, and he missed a fairly straightforward penalty attempted on half-time. Meanwhile, Greg Davis, the only try scorer for the Rebels, got on the end of a clinical crossfield kick from Roy Bell right at about 15 minutes to go, and they really needed something to happen, but then they just couldn't keep the spark going. Grant Brown missed the conversion, and the final score 26 points to 4. So again, the 3 points went to Joel Moss, who just seemed to be involved in all the tries. Had a good game generally, defensively, did lots of work early, but just put on the right players at the right moments when it mattered most, and he pretty much had a hand in just about all the tries, which is you don't often say about a second rower. Mitchell Lolback, 2 points, safe as houses at the back. He's really one of those evergreen performers in Group 2 rugby league. And 1 point, as we just heard from Roy Bell, Brian Quinlan, just his second A-grade game, the young man, he gets a point for effort. That was an outstanding effort. Look, if we had the stats available, he's probably made 120, 150 metres in the centres there, and made plenty of tackles, and he's probably the smallest bloke in the field, and a fantastic effort at left centre, and certainly one to watch in the future. So, thanks for joining us at Clarence Media, and we'll see you again during the finals. Have a good day.
Might as well.
9 people are still there. I don't know what they're doing, so.
They probably left it on. They left it on and went to go and get a cup of tea and didn't turn it off.
So this afternoon I'll go home and write up a story.
Alright, so
Is there-
shut this.